Welcome back to this week's episode of Let's Talk Golf. This week I thought we'd do something a little different. I want to talk about playing in a golf tournament. So we hosted a Pro-Am here at Bull Run Golf Club, my place of employment, and we're going to interview different people throughout the day. The first, we're going to start off with our head pro, Chris Lewis, and he's going to give us a little insight as to what it takes to get ready for a Pro-Am. And then we'll talk to the winners, some of the people that just participated, find out why they like to play in Pro-Ams, and we hope that you enjoy the show. I'm your host, PGA professional Mark Guttenberg. So welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Golf. First up, we talk to Chris Lewis, our head pro. Well, I'm glad you guys are here today because we're going to talk about Pro-Am golf. There's a lot that goes into a Pro-Am. People have no idea what it takes to get prepared for that. So we have a special guest here to start our show with, and that is the head professional at Bull Run Golf Club, host of tomorrow's Pro-Am, Mr. Chris Lewis. Chris, welcome to the show.
Mark, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Chris. You know, tomorrow when we have the Pro-Am, I think you've got about 25 professionals that are each bringing 3 amateurs for 18 holes of team competition. Tell us a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes to prepare for this event.
Well, generally what happens is everybody just shows up and we haven't done any work at all. No, I'm just joking. No, usually what we will do is we have a format that's picked out. It's 2 out of 4. 1 ball gross, 1 ball net. So we make sure we get all the flyers out well in advance, about a month. And then right now is kind of the nuts and bolts of going out, marking the golf course, creating hole location sheets, moving some tees around to accommodate some of the senior professionals that we have so they won't complain too much.
I doubt that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And I think the biggest challenge that we have is our fellow PGA professionals, getting them to actually get everybody's handicaps to us in a timely manner. And my assistant, Steve Giermack's been working very hard on putting all that together, and we look forward to having a good time.
So you have to validate every one of those handicaps before the day of the event. People don't realize that. They think it's all sandbaggers and put whatever they want.
Yeah, so there will be about 80 GEN numbers that we'll have, and we'll have to go in and make sure that that they actually are valid.
And how did you decide upon the format for the event?
Yeah, it's kind of it's almost a traditional, seems like, format in a Pro-Am, and it's a good format because it keeps everybody in the group engaged. You take 1 ball gross and then 1 ball net, and they have to be 2 different balls. And then the professionals are playing in a separate pro sweeps for a purse. So you're really, every hole, 3 people are pretty much being used for that hole.
Okay. So there's a lot of Pro-Ams to compete with to get people out here. You know, what are some of the things that make this event special? I mean, tell us a little bit about, tomorrow's event, what comes with your entry fee, and
what comes with your entry fee is obviously golf, the chance for a pretty decent payout with regards to the team payout. We're paying out amateurs and gross. We will have an open beverage cart, which is very popular. We'll also put on a nice buffet afterwards, and I think what stands out with this Pro-Am is that people really seem to enjoy it out here. It's the course won't be tricked up, and a lot of our players just they seem to come back. We're the busiest of all of our properties, and it seems like people really enjoy playing Bull Run.
And I got to say, Bull Run is one of my favorite courses. Very user-friendly off the tee, but not a pushover. It's in great shape right now, lush. So I think we're going to have a great time tomorrow, and I thank you for your time, and here's wishing you and your staff a very successful Pro-Am.
Well, thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you.
All right. So today is Pro-Am Day, and we're actually here with our first interviewee, is Chad Stocks. He plays out at Lansdowne Golf Course, and Chad happened to be the winner of the individual amateur gross. So let's talk to Chad. I'm here with Chad Stocks. Chad is an amateur golfer who works out at Lansdowne, actually in the golf shop. Is that right, Chad?
Yes, sir.
Well, the reason we're talking to Chad today is because he shot 69, 3 under par, and was low amateur in the Pro-Am at Bull Run Golf Club. Nice playing today, Chad.
Yeah, every day you just get up on the first tee and think about, well, how can I score today? It's not about going low per se or hitting the best drives. It's how can I score?
Well, score well you did. Now, you told me earlier you kind of got off to a little shaky start. And then you kind of brought it together. How many birdies did you have out there today?
I think I had right around 4 or 5 birdies and an eagle.
Very nice. That eagle didn't get your skin either, huh?
No, I actually didn't get in the skins.
Oh, you didn't get in the skins?
Because I had eagled 18.
Oh, you would have taken a skin away from a guy. Well, Chad, why do you play in these events?
Well, this is actually my first one. One of my coworkers is a pro. He actually offered me a spot to come out here and play with him. So I was like, yeah, me and him normally are on opposite ends of the field. We don't really play with each other. We play against each other. So I was like, it might be good to have him on my team for once.
Well, that's cool. Now, I got to ask you, as you're coming down the last 2 or 3 holes, with 3 holes to go, how did you stand at par?
Last 3 holes, I was still actually at 3 under still.
So you just parred your way in.
Yeah. On my last hole, 2 of the last 3 holes, I actually missed 2 easy birdie putts.
Nice. So that's good. You weren't hanging on for dear life. You kept trying to go get some more, and it turned out to be a pretty good finish. I think, did you win by 1 or 2?
1 by 1.
1 by 1.
And the best part was I actually didn't even know what I was at until the 18th hole, after I had finished.
Now, let that be a lesson to you, folks. That's the way to play. When you think score all the way, the game gets a lot tougher.
Yep. If you start thinking halfway through, where am I at? And it starts getting in your head and start pressing and making bad shots and bad decisions.
Yeah. Well, Chad, you did a really great job today. We're proud of you, and congratulations, and good luck in the future.
Thank you very much.
All right, buddy.
All righty.
Next up, we're going to talk to Josh Nicholson, who is our skins winner for the day. For those that were interested, for an extra $20, you throw that in the pot, and we play skins, which means the low score on the hole for the day collects the money in the pot. If there's 5 skins and there's $500, each guy gets $100. We had a little bit over $800 in the skins pool, and Josh Nicholson had a day. He's going to tell us all about it. You know, one of the great things about having a Pro-Am is there's lots of ways to have fun. Some of the ways to have fun are winning team events or individual pro sweeps, amateur net, amateur gross. For an extra $20, we had a skins pool today. And we had a very unique situation. I have a gentleman sitting with me right now named Josh Nicholson. Josh, welcome to Let's Talk Golf.
Hey, thanks, Mark.
So, Josh, why you're here is because you won 2 skins today. Made 2 eagles in the space of about 4 holes. Is that right?
That's right.
So tell us about the first eagle, hole number 14.
Hole number 14. I had a really good drive. I smoked it right down the middle, and the yardage I had was about 215. And it's a little uphill, but we had a little bit of wind behind us, and I'd been hitting my 5-iron so well that I thought if I could carry that bunker just a little bit, it'll roll softly, and I just flushed it. I just hit it perfectly, and hit right and rolled up, and I had a foot.
A 1 foot putt for eagle.
It was about a tap in for an eagle.
Wow.
It was a scary 12 inches, but yeah, easy.
Were you thinking about it being a skin when you were over the putt? Did that even occur to you?
No, really. I was just trying to. I'd kind of had some bad holes before, so I was trying to get as many low numbers in there anyway for the team.
Awesome. Well, how about 18? Tell us about the eagle on 18.
Well, 18, I played a lot. It's a risk-reward hole, and I either birdie it or I double it. So I hit a really good drive. Again, I had I had 198. And there was a little bit of wind helping, so I just took a little bit off the same 5-iron. I hit all 4 par 5s today going driver 5-iron. So wow. I wasn't going to go away from that. And I played this hole enough that if I can just take a little bit off of it, let it ride the wind in, it was going to stay on the green anyway. And I hit it, and I was within about 10 feet. And luckily, my playing partner was about hole high, but he was about a yard behind me. And he hit his, and his died off to the left. So I picked a spot about 1.5 balls, 2 balls to the right of the cup, and just put a good pace on it, and it rolled right in. People up on the balcony up here saw it go in. It was a good moment. It was
Had a good crowd and applause and everything. So 2 skins. There were 20 teams today, 80 players. Not everybody got in the skins pool, but it's fair to say you probably won more money than most of the pros that played in the tournament, other than the guy that won the tournament.
I can pay for a couple more Pro-Ams.
Well, Josh, it's really good to see you. You work out here part-time, so I see you all the time. And I know you got a great golf swing. Today it paid off, so congratulations.
It did. Thanks, Mark.
You bet. So prizes were aplenty today at Bull Run, and we had our gross winner in the Pro-Am for amateurs. We had skins winners in the Pro-Am, and we had a net winner. So this is individual. This was open to men and women. It didn't matter what your sex was. You just played, you added your handicap, you subtracted, and the low score won. So up next is Bev Lane to tell us about her great day on the golf course. Okay, so today's Pro-Am at Bull Run had a field of 20 pros and 75 amateurs. We had team net prizes, team net and gross combined prizes, and we also had individual amateur prizes in both the net and the gross division. So I have here someone who won in both categories. This is Bev Lane. Bev, welcome to Let's Talk Golf.
Thank you.
So Bev, what's your handicap?
My handicap is a 5.
My goodness. So have you been a pro before?
No.
You just an amateur golfer?
Amateur golfer, just really started playing competitively about 10 to 12 years ago.
Wow. And what kind of work do you do?
I am a graphic designer on the side, but really my main job has been raising my kids. My 2 youngest boys are competitive golfers. One actually won the Virginia State Amateur last year.
No kidding.
So I am on the road with them quite a bit.
I understand that. Very talented golfing family. So tell us a little bit about your rounds today. What was your gross score?
So my gross score was 70.
You shot 72 under par, and then your net score was 65? Boy, that's pretty special there. You came in, did you come in first net and second gross?
Correct, yes.
Well, that's a great day. So overall, you had a blast, didn't you?
I was living out-of-body experience. It was nice. Career round.
Career round, really?
Yep.
So I understand you play golf in Virginia and in Maryland. You have a couple different clubs that you play at?
Correct.
Awesome. So what was your favorite thing about playing in a Pro-Am?
So I played with Woody today, who I adore. We had a great foursome. We had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. So it was just a bonus to play great golf.
And that's the beauty of it. You know, it's kind of why I'm doing this show today. The topic of Pro-Ams. Pro-Ams, I mean, nobody's going to make a fortune in a Pro-Am. I think the first prize for the pros today was about $800, but it's more the camaraderie. It's more the opportunity to get out and play a nice golf course with your friends. So it sounds like you did all that in spades today.
We had a nice time. We really did.
Well, congratulations, Bev. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us, and good luck in the future with you and the rest of your family there. Sounds like we'll be hearing that Lane name a few times there coming up.
Thank you very much.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
Nice having you. Well, next up to be interviewed is one of my Pro-Am partners today, Mr. Paul Cully. Paul was a pleasure to play with today. This is the first time we've played. He's a member at Bull Run, and he'd like to share with us some of his insights on the day. Okay, welcome back. Today I got to play with the Bull Run Senior Club Champion 2 years running, Mr. Paul Cully. Paul, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
Paul, it was a pleasure playing golf with you out there. You play in a few of these things. Tell us why you like to play in Pro-Ams.
I like just golf in general, the love of the game. You know, golf is unlike any other game. You know, all of the I think the integrity of the people that play it, having to make their own decisions on the rules. You know, you can go and be a baseball player and shoot, 250 or something and still get $1 million. But in golf, you get paid for how you play, how good you play. So I think that's, the whole game itself is very impressive to me. And I just love being in the outdoors, the aesthetics of it. And then it's the people. I mean, the playing with people. I've met so many nice people playing the game of golf that it's incredible.
It is a great thing to do. And I was lucky enough to play with Paul today. And Paul's got a really sharp game. He plays a really steady, right down the middle kind of game. Not super long, but super challenging. You don't want to give him too many strokes when you're playing. Paul, was there a moment there today where you thought you really had it going, or it was going to be a good day, or?
Yeah, I think on 10 when I hit that 5-wood, you saw
that was
that
an
pin
incredible
location to the back left, and I got it on the green. I thought that was probably a big point for me.
Sometimes that's all it takes. It's just one good shot. I mean, you're right. I was in the right rough looking for my ball and Jan's ball, and all of a sudden, I saw you were about 180, 190, and I looked on the green. I said, and the pin was tucked in the back left. I said, that looks like a ball up there about 15 feet. I said, whose shot is that? Paul, that's me. And sure enough, he had a good putt in there. Didn't quite get the birdie, but we had a lot of fun playing today, Paul. You're
Absolutely.
great.
That's what it's all about, is the fun, and that's what keeps you coming back,
Yeah.
Mark.
And Paul loves this game. So, Paul, tell us just briefly, how many rounds of golf did you play last year?
Last year I played 235 rounds of golf.
Oh, my God.
Which I'm very
awesome.
fortunate, like I say, to be a member here at Bull Run because of the people. I love the people here. They're all very, very accommodating and very friendly. And that makes a difference. I've had a long career and now retired, and this is my office. I report here every day. And,
Yes, you do.
And this is my work.
Yeah, I asked Paul while we were out on the golf course. I said, so, Paul, what do you do when you're not playing golf? He says, well, I play golf. So, what a great life. What a great guy. Paul, thanks for coming out. It was a pleasure playing with you
My
today.
pleasure. Thanks for inviting me, Mark.
You
I
bet.
appreciate it. All
Take
right.
care.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, perhaps the biggest prize of the day was the team competition. As Chris told us at the beginning, we took one gross score before handicap, added it to one net score. It could not be the same person. You had to use individual balls for that, and they had a combined score of 2 balls on each hole. And then we also had a low pro sweeps. So this next team I'm about to interview pretty much took it all. They had the winning team and they had the winning pro. So we're going to talk to the team from Westfields Golf Club and hear what they had to say about their day at the Bull Run Pro-Am. Okay, so I'm lucky here. I've got the team that won it all today. We're at Bull Run in our Pro-Am, and the team that won at Bull Run, we had a format today, 1 best ball gross plus best ball net. You couldn't have the same score count twice. It's kind of an anti-sandbagging format because if you got guys that are really good at the net and you add 2 of them together, you got to shoot 32 under. Now in this format, one net score, 1 gross score, 21 under was the winning score today. Now that's a pretty good score. But you only won by 1 shot, so nobody can say you guys were super loaded because there were guys right there behind you. So what I like to do, I love the Pro-Am atmosphere. I love, what it brings out. It brings out people from all walks of life. So we're going to start here with Jim Fawnin. Jim, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do for a living, and where you play golf.
I am an attorney, practice law. I play golf at the best golf course in Northern Virginia, Westfields. The pro staff, every person who works there is amazing. And what's more amazing are the people that I meet there. And so you ask why I like to play in these kind of events?
Yeah.
It's the people that I'm playing with. Dustin is an incredible pro. He does so much for all the members of the course. Maxine and Jim are 2 members that I met through the experience of playing golf at Westfields. And I just couldn't be more excited and happy to be out here with them more than anything else. Winning is something I didn't even think about, except for playing with these 3. But I win by playing with these 3. So it's awesome. It's just
Well
great.
put, Jim. Well put. That's exactly how I feel sometimes. So next to you is one of your playing partners, and your name, sir?
Jim Brook.
Jim Brook. Jim, how about you? What walk of life did you come from?
I am retired now. I've been retired for 4 or 5 years. I was an IT person, mainly in banking. Spent basically my whole life in IT, from the days of cards to the days of disk drives. So that's where I was. And golf, I started early as sneaking on to a course in D.C., in Southeast D.C. There used to be a course there at the Flats in Fairlawn.
Nice.
And I would sneak on there, play a couple holes a day, and whenever I could in the evenings, and that sort of got the bug to me. And now I play at Westfields with Mr. Fawnin, Maxine, and of course Dustin.
So do you guys play together when you play at Westfield as well?
We do. We play a lot
So
together.
this team had a lot of cohesive spirit going on between them. You know how to mutt and Jeff the ham and egg it pretty well.
Oh, we hammed and egged it all day long.
Oh, you must have. 21 under is quite a good score. So your name is?
I'm Maxine Bland. I'm
Okay.
a member at Westfields. Haven't been playing golf too long.
No.
I was a tennis player, and I had the opportunity of being introduced to golf almost 13 years ago. So I took it up and enjoyed it. I've been a member at Westfields. Love the people there. I mean, it's been fantastic. As Jim said, very eloquent. that we have a great team of people from the members, but also from the staffing. So it's been a pleasure for these guys to invite me. So this has been very nice. It was a nice round today.
And what's your vocation?
I'm basically a program manager. I work for Level 3. I retired from Sprint. I spent 30 years there.
Wow.
And got bored and went back to work. So.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you win the long drive also today?
Yeah, I did.
You did. You guys won the team event. You won the long drive event.
Yeah.
In a minute, I'm going to talk to your pro who won the pro event. Am I leaving anything out? Did you guys win anything else?
No.
There wasn't much left to win.
No,
we tried
to share.
No skins.
No skins today. Well, that's great. We got an IT person, we got a lawyer, we got someone from Sprint, and now we have a golf pro. Dustin Moser shot a 4-under par 68 today.
Yep.
Dustin, what do you think of the course?
Course is in good shape. Obviously, this time of year it's a battle with the inclement weather that we get, trying to grow bent grass and Bermuda and all that kind of stuff around the area. But course is in good shape. Was playing relatively short, so I think that allowed opportunities for a lot of birdies. I think I had about 7 of them. So throw in a few bogeys, and you're able to shoot 68, not easily, but somewhat easily.
That's a great score. So what hole did you start on?
We started on hole 11. I made a nice bogey to start off with, and then we went from there.
Wow. So you finished on 9 and 10.
Yes.
2 of our toughest holes out here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nine's a great hole.
Coming into 9, how did you stand to par?
I was 4 under. I parred the last 2 holes.
So you didn't birdie 8, probably the easiest hole in the golf course. Now you got.
I did birdie 8.
Oh, you did birdie 8. So that got you to 4 under.
Yep.
Now you got 2 holes to go. Are you thinking to yourself, I might win shooting 68, or are you thinking this course is playing so easy, somebody's going way low? What's going on in your mind?
I thought if I could make a solid par on 9, 9's a pretty tough hole. Didn't think that there's too many birdies out there today with the pin on the right. On 10, was hoping to try and felt like I needed to make a birdie there to probably get in a playoff, or to at least maybe win by 1 or in 2. But was able to hit it to about 15 feet or so on 10. Made pretty close to the putt, but tap in par to finish the round. So.
Wow. Now, was this your first Pro-Am victory, or is this one of many?
One of a couple. Not many, but a couple. Been fortunate enough to get a good group of members through a few of the events to where, I just really can relax and enjoy myself. Don't have to have the stress of playing with all the top guys in the section.
So what is your job title out at Westfields?
I'm the head golf professional out there. Have been the head golf professional for the last 2 years. Have been at Westfields for this is my 5th season.
Okay, is my good buddy Jason Paul still looking over your shoulder?
Jason Paul is the head man. Head man.
He's the general manager, right?
He is.
Yeah, good guy. Good people
Many
over
hats.
at Westfields.
Many hats.
Yes, sir. Well, you guys, congratulations. You did a great job out there today. I'm proud to have a chance to sit and talk with you. I'm actually looking forward to coming over to your program at Westfields on August the 8th.
Yep.
We're going to give a plug for the Central Chapter
There you go.
Pro-Am. So thanks for coming out, and congratulations to all you guys.
Thank you.
To the victor goes the spoils.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. And finally, last but not least, one of my favorite Pro-Am partners of all time is Jan Carlson. Jan is a great friend of mine. We've been doing this for over 20 years, and she played with me today. I love giving her a hard time that she went to Penn State, me being a Florida State guy, and we just have all kinds of fun out on the golf course, and she's going to tell us about her experience on Pro-Am Day at Bull Run. Okay, today I have probably played more Pro-Ams with Jan Carlson than anybody in my history of life, right, Jan?
I think so, yeah.
So Jan and I used to go on the Pro-Am trail every year. We had our set team. We had like 3 regulars, and we called ourselves the Nestle's Crunch Bunch. You remember that?
Yep.
And Jan is always so passionate and excited. Jan went to Penn State, and she played softball there. She's a great athlete and a great competitor. Plays to about a 15, 16 handicap. Jan, how'd you enjoy the day today?
It was really fun. Weather was great, and the company was great as always.
As always. And Jan, you putted lights out today. Like on the front nine, I think you only had 13 putts.
Yep, the putter was hot today.
The putter was hot today. The team was not. We had fun, though. We both had our moments. You know, I got off to a good start. I three-putted the first hole, then I went birdie, par, birdie, and then I almost hit one in the water. And then from that point on, it was both hands on the steering wheel, and I played like old Mark instead of the Mark of old. But having you, Jan, on the team is always fun because you're always cheering for me and everybody on the team. Why do you like to play in these pro-ams?
You know what? It's when you get older. You know, when I was younger, big athlete, competition. Well, how much competition can you get when you get into your, you know, I'm not going to say how old I am, but when you get up there, and you can keep that, you know, keep the juices flowing, and still have a good time. I mean, you know, you don't always play good. It's golf.
It is golf, right?
And that's the key. You know, you need to have fun even when you're not playing well, because it's golf. You're healthy. You can get out on the course.
That's right.
And that's the beauty of golf. You know.
That's what they say. A bad day on the golf course is better than a good day at the office. And truthfully, Jan and I have played in pro-ams probably for 20 years now. Jan knew me when I was shooting in the 60s quite regularly. Now it's a rarity, but I still have fun playing with you because your passion for the game is so great. You put me to work out there when we play. I don't think you've ever hit a putt in 20 years without me reading it first. Is that true?
Well, it is. I have this little issue about reading putts backwards. So everybody that plays with me knows if you're going to play with me, you got to read my putts.
How many times have I given you a bad read over 20 years?
Maybe twice.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a compliment.
And I'm not
there.
even sure it was twice. It might only be once.
I got to say, I can read the greens pretty good, but you follow directions. You know, Leslie says that to me, too. My wife, Leslie, says, if I just had a caddy, I would play so much better, because when somebody reads the putt for you and you don't question the break, you can make a decision. You can make an aggressive stroke, and you did it so well. So thank you so much for coming out again. I don't keep track, but this was probably Pro-Am number 252. And we didn't win today, but we're not giving up. We'll get them next week.
You never know. We might win next time.
We got one in a couple of weeks at Westfield Golf Club, so I'm looking up my game a little bit, and I'm sure you'll play as well as you usually do. So, Jan, thanks for coming on Let's Talk Golf.
Okay, well, thanks, Mark.
All right. So that concludes our Pro-Am edition of Let's Talk Golf. We had a great day out at Bull Run today. I hope you got a sense of why people love this game so much and why Pro-Ams are so much more fun. So tune in 2 weeks for our next episode of Let's Talk Golf. Once again, I'm your host, PGA professional Mark Guttenberg. If you have any questions about the show or suggestions for content, contact me at Guttenberg's Golf. That's GUTTENBERGS golf.com. And please give us a review, a rating, and subscribe to our show. You can find us on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, my website, my Twitter feed. We're all over the place. So tune in again in 2 weeks for Let's Talk Golf.